Obviously not all black people. A lot of my viewers are black. Shocking, I know. How do you know that? I don't know the race of my viewers. There's no demographic scale on YouTube. Hold on. So here is what a YouTube analytics page looks like. It's the exact same as Synthetic Man's. Where is the race chart? How does he know that? What? You're suing a man and you end it with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum! I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
I'm gonna watch the Fallout TV show. Funny enough, I'm on the second to last episode, and if any of you little fuckers spoil it for me, I will unironically pull a Ralph mail. But Chris, the thing they told me the Fallout show is woke. What? How is the Fallout show woke? Is it because a very attractive woman is making her way through the wasteland, and she isn't like some useless bimbo or like an ugly bitch that is just like, I'm too perfect for everything, I'm untouchable? How is that woke? She's hot as shit, she's capable, and she's awesome. Glorified humiliation ritual. What a title.
The much anticipated Fallout TV adaptation has finally released. And who am I kidding? We all knew this would be bad. Is anyone surprised? I mean, a single person. I made a video just reacting to the first trailer and knew this would be an absolute butcher.
This is literally like the soy version of the Quartering, which is really hard to say because Jeremy is like super soy, right? Like we could all agree to that. Even though he bats for like the right, he's pretty soy. Synthetic Man is like if Jeremy was dropped on his head as a child and then wasn't given like the right talking points and he was like homeschooled. This dude does not go outside. I don't believe he has a wife.
And why is that? Well, not just because it's Amazon, and we all know from Rings of Power and various other shows they made that they really don't care about the source material of...
Okay, listen. You're comparing this? Dude, I've watched enough of this show and Rings of Power to know this is not on the same level as Rings of Power. Rings of Power sucked. It was awful. The writers hated the token verse. This show is not like Rings of Power.
Any series, franchise, no matter how beloved. I mean, if they didn't care about Lord of the Rings, they sure as hell were not going to care about Fallout.
You can't compare the storytelling of Fallout to the storytelling of Tolkien. It's just not a thing. They're two completely different realms. Bethesda is run by Todd Howard.
We know Bethesda doesn't care about Fallout, at least the lore, the canon, anything that they weren't directly involved with. And honestly, in some cases, even some of their older games, they don't care about continuity in the least bit. Now,
but every single one of the games is a different story. Wait a minute. Chat, am I like debilitatingly rated, or is every Fallout game a branch off of a different kind of story? Like, those stories don't interconnect necessarily. They kind of overlap in certain areas, and the settings are the same, the kind of enemy types, variants, but each story is unique. It's a different story each time. Yeah, they're all new stories, but they share the lore. What is this motherfucker talking about? They don't care about continuity.
For the sake of maintaining relevancy, I'm only going to review the first episode in this video, and I'll review the whole season next week. Every single episode dropped at the same time, so on the one hand, that's totally a good thing because this will be gone and forgotten in no time flat, because I don't think anyone who's a real fan of Fallout is going to consider this canon.
Is this guy an idiot? Wait, canon? It's just a show. What is with all these perpetual, like, virgin nerds that have to make everything canon? It's same thing, Worm. I'm hearing from people who hate game movies and game television. Dude, I've literally heard people who hate shit like that love this show. That should show you that the people that are super negative against these kinds of shows, if they're enjoying it, there might be something to it. I even have friends of mine who are like diehard Fallout fans calling me and going, dude, this show's actually pretty good. Apparently they retcon New Vegas. So I heard different. Or if they did retcon New Vegas, because I haven't finished it yet. Don't spoil it. But like if they did retcon New Vegas, which I wouldn't be shocked if they did, Bethesda are just bitches. Todd Howard is known to be like upset that people love New Vegas better than all the other games. They did not retcon New Vegas. Okay. Because I know Todd Howard's a bitch about it. I know he's a bitch.
Especially because of all of the retcons, inconsistencies. It's obvious the showrunners didn't give a single shit about the Fallout universe, yet Todd Howard said this is canon. I fucking hate Todd Howard at this point. I don't care if he's not directly involved with any of Bethesda's projects and he's basically just a glorified salesman, the face of the company. Doesn't matter. He's still taking the fucking blame. So
how does that work? Yeah, I don't, you know, Todd Howard, he's not even in charge of shit anymore. He's just a figurehead. But it's all his fault. Is he memeing? He has to be memeing. He doesn't actually believe that. I know little about Synthetic Man other than his Jew conspiracy about Zelda.
Before I start spoiling everything in the intro, we might as well just get into the breakdown. So episode 1 begins in 2077, right before the bombs drop. We see Walton Goggins playing one of the main characters, the Ghoul. Yes, they literally call him the Ghoul when there are thousands of ghouls.
Why does that matter? They call him the Ghoul. He's not just a ghoul, he is the Ghoul. Doesn't that add like a level of importance to his character? Isn't that like what the point is of having the emphasis on the Ghoul? Am I stupid?
At minimum, in the Fallout universe, he is the Ghoul. But as of right now, he is Cooper Howard, a Marine veteran who is famous for something. I don't think they explained it in this scene, but
like why are you making this video then? You're gonna look like an idiot. Well, he got famous for some undisclosed reason. Maybe it's because he was a famous actor as a cowboy on the show. Synthetic Man, what are you doing?
They imply he played some...
Why do they put out videos like this? Why do people do this? Like, that confuses me. You're going to do a review of a movie or a television show, and you don't watch the whole thing to understand everything before you even upload it. That's incredible. Incredible. Incredible.
Kind of cowboy character. I don't know if it's for commercial.
I wouldn't even call it rage bait. I think this is just like complete retardation. Because like rage bait, you could smell it from a mile away, right? Like you could tell this dude's just grifting, right? This guy, I think Wiley B. Coyote said in the chat, Synthetic Man is just far right Xander Hall. That's literally the best way to describe Synthetic Man. He is if Xander Hall continued down the Minecraft alt-right pipeline. If he kept falling down that pipeline, he would be Synthetic Man. There you go. That's a great way to describe this guy. Because you can smell, like, actual rage bait from, like, a mile away in a video, right? But there's something about Synthetic Man that he genuinely believes this shit.
Commercials or military propaganda. And now he just does birthday parties for alimony payments. And I find this even more funny because his kid is mixed race.
Who cares? They just made his daughter mixed race. Who cares? There's the racism right there. We found the root of the issue. I found out why Synthetic Man thinks it's woke, because he has a black daughter, a mixed race daughter. This is great.
So his black wife divorced him, and now he plays fucking birthday parties. How black pilling is that?
Oh my god.
And at the risk of getting a
I don't have a retort to that. That just sounds like some dipshit dog whistle moment.
Shit ton of dislikes from normies, just like my review of the first episode of The Last of Us. I find this even more funny because if you know anything about marriage statistics, you would know that white male, black female actually has the lowest divorce rates.
Oh. Why do these people do this? Just enjoy the show. Yeah, bringing up the race charts. Like, this guy goes hard. Wait. Seriously. Guys. We need to have a discussion. If you are pulling up mixed race couple charts about a television show, you're too far gone. Like, you need to be, like, put on a boat and pushed down to the middle of the Atlantic. Fellas, is it racist to get married? But, like, what's the point of adding this? Oh, well, black and white couples have a less likely chance of getting divorced. And there's still a chance. This is the thing. This is my thing, right? If a show doesn't shove like wokeness and like girl boss shit in your face, I'm okay with it. I don't care. I don't care if a white guy has a black daughter. Like, who gives a shit? Like, who cares? It's a fictional world, you fucking muppet.
So in a way, you could almost say this is anti-propaganda, but I still think it's promoting race mixing, as basically every show on television does.
This dude is just, like, brutal with it. Can we listen to that back?
So in a way, you could almost say this is anti-propaganda, but I still think it's promoting race mixing, as...
Well, it changes the norm of black and white relationships and divorce, but I still think of it as promoting race mixing. Is this guy serious? Is he serious? Come on! He has to be trolling. I'm starting to feel what Worm's talking about. This has to be rage bait. He's just saying this to say it.
Basically every show on television does. For as woke as video games are these days, TV and movies blow the gaming industry out of the water. Basically every streaming show I've tried to watch with my mother has had some form of propaganda in it, and usually multiple types, whether it's race-related, gender-related, LGBT-related, it's usually all of the above. But anyway, getting back to Fallout. The rich guy who's hosting the birthday party calls Walton Goggins a communist because he won't stick his thumb up in reference to the supposed safe distance from a nuclear bomb, implying that Walton Goggins opposes the war with China. Nothing really comes of this. This whole scene is obviously...
Why does he sound upset? That the times back then, if like calling someone a cunt is like calling someone a communist back then. Like, what? Wait, Synthetic Man did what? Defended what? Defended what? That's no way.
Supposed to give you an idea what the retro future cold...
Yeah, bro, Bonesaw said it. I didn't even think about it until right now. You would literally need to race mix in the vaults. So who cares if it was happening on the surface? This is great. Lolly is just drawings. Synthetic Man. I'm not getting into the Lolly argument. I'm laughing at his terrible take, right? I'm laughing at his stupid fucking take. Dude probably seems a black person that says propaganda. Dude, I bet you $50 if he sees a black guy, like, walking down his street, he's got, like, a gun loaded behind the door, and he's like, touch my car, give me an excuse, touch my car. He got absolutely destroyed by EFAP. Based Mauler. EFAP's pretty good. I like the EFAP guys. They're pretty funny. But like that's amazing. Good on Mauler and the boys.
Of 2077 looks like, but if a modern Marxist rewrote history and added diversity everywhere. Now, it's not like in the original Fallout games all the characters were white, but there's something uncanny about this whole thing. We'll put it at that. I'm not gonna make a huge deal over it.
I'm not gonna make a huge deal out of this one part of it, but I'm gonna make a huge deal about this guy having a mixed race child. I won't care about the other thing, but the mixed race kid, that's not really accurate because white and black households don't divorce as often.
So anyway, shortly after the first nuke drops on LA, the rich guy punches his black friend, not letting him in their fallout shelter, and Walton Goggins...
Why does he have to, like, emphasize the race? Why does he have to emphasize the race of the individual? It's so curious to me. When I watched that, the first thing I didn't think of was, damn, he punched that black guy square in the face. The first thing I thought was, dude, that guy's a douche. He didn't let his friend into the vault. I don't know how you live life like that.
Rides off on a horse with his daughter on the back, as if you could fucking outrun a nuke.
Nah, he's not trolling. I've seen other videos of his. He's not trolling.
Literally,
but like it seems like he's trolling.
Just told us in the previous scene the safe distance is the size of a thumb. I think that explosion might be a little bit bigger than that. I know they did this to have a really dramatic scene, but it just comes across incredibly idiotic, especially since 3 more nukes drop, one which is within a mile of the house. Whatever. So anyway, moving on, we fast forward to the present, and I want
a mile from the house. Does that look like a mile?
of the house.
I feel like that's an exaggeration, but okay.
Whatever. So anyway, moving on, we fast forward to the present, and I want to point out this takes place after all of the games. And more importantly, 15 years after Fallout New Vegas. You're gonna want to remember that, considering this takes place on the West Coast. So now we meet our true protagonist, Lucy, a resident of Vault 33, which I guess was another control vault. Either that or it's some kind of multi-vault experiment. As they fail to adequately explain in the show, Vault 31, 32, and 33 are all directly connected to each other. And so Lucy is applying for an arranged marriage with one of the other vaults. They show off all of her various skills. And of course, she just so happens to be good at basically everything.
Dude, this isn't like one of these gay little fucking movies that it's like, girl, bad bitch. She doesn't even give off that energy. She gives off the energy of somebody that lived in a vault and had nothing more to do than learn how to train to fight. And how to, like, do shit in the vault. Her dad is a scientist. Like, this isn't like one of those things where it's like, girl picks up gun. Girl shoots 50 guys in the face without even trying, with no training, because she's just a bad bitch. That's not what's happening here. I love this. I love this video. You need to watch the show to understand what I'm talking about. But she is like doe-eyed, very feminine person that just knows how to shoot guns. Like, it literally works. Yeah, she's not Rey Skywalker. There. She is not even remotely close to Rey Skywalker. Okay? Rey. Whatever the fuck her last name. I'm not gonna say Skywalker. I read that and my brain went Skywalker. But, like, think about this shit. She isn't Rey. Rey is like the quintessential shoehorn character that gets shoved in. And then, boom, they're just good at everything because woman. That's annoying. This girl is not a Mary Sue. Yes, is she like bubbly and shit because she doesn't know the outside world? That makes sense. She lived in a fucking vault.
Definitely not a Mary Sue, guys. And of course, she gets approved. We find out her father is the overseer, Her younger brother is this tiny, huge-nosed, cowardly, incompetent beta male. And also that Lucy fooled around with her cousin.
Messing around with your cousin, it's all well and good for kids, but it's not a sustainable long-term sexual practice, you know?
Who, despite being a tall, kind of more Chad-looking dude, is also a complete coward, worthless pussy. Get used.
What the Yes, she did weird shit with her cousins. Guess what? They're in a vault with no one else around other than family and other members that breeded with other people. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's an Alabama moment, but like he's
to hearing that. And so
this is great.
The members of Vault 33 meet up with the members of Vault 32, and we find out her soon-to-be husband is actually a white guy and not ugly. Shocking. But don't worry, they ruined that for...
Why would that be... Wait, why is that... Why would that be shocking? I don't get it. They made a running joke that, like, he might be ugly. They made a joke in the beginning. Oh, it might be ugly or all this other shit.
At the wedding, Lucy asks her new husband, Monty, what his sperm count is. You know, I think I'm actually starting to like this girl. And
this dude's an incel. Is he married? Does he have a girlfriend? Nobody talks like that. I haven't played Zelda since his review. It opened my mind. This dude has no woman. Can we listen to that again real quick?
What his sperm count is. You know, I think I'm actually starting to like this girl.
This is real. I still can't get over he posted an interracial marriage statistic in a Fallout review. That's the funniest thing. Ball Blacks, you missed it. He literally posted a race-related graph right here. Interracial divorce rates. For a review at a Fallout television show. There's no way he's married. He's never met a woman. He's never had sex with a woman. This is not real. This dude is not a real human being. I refuse to believe that. I refuse.
And even more based, as soon as they get back to her room, Monty strips naked and they just straight up have sex.
It's almost like they got married and she hasn't had sex with anyone else other than her cousins.
So I guess one good thing came out of this show, but of course...
He sees a sex scene and he goes, at least one good thing came out of this. I saw a sex scene.
Everything goes to shit as the big schnoz little brother soon discovers one of the members of Vault 32 is dead and rotting. And it turns out raiders somehow got into Vault 32, killed everyone, and Lucy gets stabbed, but she manages to save herself in the most cliche Hollywood way possible by smashing a glass on his head and then, like, slicing his face. She heals herself with a stim pack and then heads into the armory and grabs a fucking trank gun. I guess all the real guns were already gone.
Yeah, literally, what do you mean you guess?
And she witnesses a bunch of her friends get horrifically murdered, men just getting the absolute shit beat out of them. The only competent males at all are the raiders, but her pregnant...
The only competent males are the raiders. Yes. Because they lived on the surface where murder happens every day. Does he not get why the raiders are probably better at killing people than the people that live in a vault and a bubble that they haven't had to kill anybody? I feel like that's just basic knowledge.
Best friend, after getting stabbed in the eye with a fork, gets a hold of an SMG and starts mowing down raiders. Wow! My god, it's Wolfenstein 2 all over again. This is the cringiest shit ever, seeing pregnant women be badass. I fucking...
Okay, listen. I will say it. Little cringe. That the pregnant lady that got stabbed in the eye that is 9 months pregnant pulls up an SMG and kills a bunch of people. I will admit that was a little cringe. But it wasn't like the worst thing. It didn't break my immersion enjoying the show. It didn't kill me. It didn't make me go, this show is fucking woke. Like, I don't get having a mind like these people that are like anti-SJW or SJW brain people. I can't understand their mindsets. I just live I just live. I'm a human. I just watch stuff and I'm like, that's pretty good. And I just move on with my day.
I hate this propaganda is so transparent.
How is it propaganda that a pregnant lady picks up a gun and shoots people and you go, damn, that's crazy? How is that propaganda?
Whatever, moving on. Lucy.
Oh, you're just not going to extrapolate how that's propaganda. It's just bait, boom, propaganda. There's no explanation. It's just propaganda.
His husband turns out to still be alive and almost kills her, but her dad manages to save her, being the only competent male in the show.
He snuck up on her. He snuck up on him with a shovel. Her dad wasn't even in the fighting. Like, you don't even see him. That's literally the only scene where her dad shows up to do anything badass, is to literally ding him over the back of the head with a shovel.
And Lucy gets to see how brutal
Yeah, pregnant women can't defend themselves, apparently. It's just impossible.
he is, which I'm pretty sure is implying that he's been to the surface before. But all of the survivors managed to get captured anyway. We see that the Latina overseer is the real villain of the show. Yes, this middle-aged brown woman is supposed to be this mega badass evil raider we're supposed to be intimidated by. Modern media is such a joke.
Listen, I'm not an SJW person. I'm not a woke person. I'm pretty on the level with shit. I'm pretty like middle of the road. I don't care if there's a woman in charge of a group of men. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. A Latin American woman, that's maybe the more realistic woman to be in charge of a bunch of men, because they will beat the shit out of their men. Like,
we're not even halfway through the episode, and I already don't want to watch anymore, but fuck it, let's just get through this. Evil Raider chick gives the overseer an ultimatum. Either choose his daughter Lucy or obviously he chooses his daughter, but instead of killing all the others, the Raiders just kidnap the dad and then just let the others run away as a bomb timer goes off. Oh, and Raider bitch reveals that she knows Lucy's mom. Wow, what a mystery. I'm so intrigued. What the fuck was the point of this scene?
okay, I have an idea. Hear me out. I don't know if Boblax is still in the chat, but he has a direct connection to Xander Hall. I need to use you, friend. We need to organize a debate between Synthetic Man and Xander Hall. I'm not kidding. A debate. Whoever wins is no longer the cancer patient.
And now we get to meet our final main character, Maximus. And it's another pussy-ass black guy. You know, it's one thing that every single TV show, movie, and now video game has a diverse cast, but do you have to have every black man be a fucking pussy in modern media? You know, as harsh as I was on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, at least Barrett is a cool character, okay? You can sell...
This dude is probably terrifying to women. He probably, like, walks into, like, bookstores and he buys, like, Mein Kampf. Or like Nick Fuentes, if Nick Fuentes even could have a book be sold, and he's buying it, and he sees this girl. She's grabbing a book, incredibly attractive, perfect traditional woman. He goes up to her and goes, "Hey, baby, do you hate the woke culture like I do?"
Me on a diverse character. If they're cool, if they just act like a person but they happen to have a different color of skin, you know, I know this is very stereotypical shit that basically everyone said by now, but it's true. It doesn't matter how many times it's said, it's accurate. And yeah, so he gets hazed by all the other Brotherhood of Steel initiates, and he gets saved by a trans man. I'm not joking, dude. There's probably going to be some coping and seething, but no, that is not a tomboy. That is not a masculine female. No, that is a woman who identifies as a man.
They never brought it up. Wait, what? But they never brought it up in the show.
There's probably going to be some coping and seething, but no, that is not a tomboy. That is not a masculine female. No, that is a woman who identifies as a man. You know it to be true.
In the whole show, they never even touch on that. That whole first episode, go watch it yourself. I swear to God. I'm not being some fucking woke motherfucker right now. I'm being serious. They don't even bring it up once. It's not shoehorned. It's not like, you must respect me. I am a female that identifies as a male. It's just, there's this person. They're the best friend of the pathetic Maximus guy. They literally don't bring up any form of sexual orientation. It's crazy.
And she's more of a man than Maximus is. This is fucking embarrassing. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. I have to get through this, guys. I can't take it anymore. Everything I love has been destroyed. Let's just fast forward through the rest of this episode. Okay, so another Pridwin shows up. Maybe it's the same Pridwin from Fallout 4. I don't know. They don't confirm or deny in this episode. We see some Brotherhood Knights in T60 power armor show up. And I don't know, it looks okay. I know some people are like, it looks like shitty cosplay. I think the costumes look okay. It's when there's CGI that it looks bad.
Which is fair. I can admit that. Sometimes the power armor looks like shit in the show. But again, for me, in my personal opinion, it didn't break my immersion. Nor did I look at that person and go, that's a trans person. I just was like, there's a person. I don't give a shit.
Maximus and the girl boy sneak away and look at some power armor, and Maximus has a flashback to when he was saved by the Brotherhood of Steel. Then we see the initiates play some brick ball. Look,
do you just think that they have rubber, bitch?
I know they're trying to be cute about, like, oh, post-apocalypse, they don't understand how sports work, but really throwing bricks into a fucking square hoop?
Is that really what he's taking issue with right now? First it was like, there's a trans person, didn't get brought up. The cowboy character, which he barely touched upon so far, has a black daughter. So that's race mixing. And it's shoehorned in. Lucy, the main character, is, in his words, definitely not a Mary Sue. He really liked when Lucy said, what's your sperm count? And now we're on how 200 years passes, nuclear explosions happen, they probably don't have a lot of materials, and they're playing basketball with bricks. And he sounds more elated to talk about that than anything else. Like, what do you mean? Oh, they just wanted to make it cute. They're playing basketball with bricks. What?
And we learn some...
Yeah, brick ball sounds kind of badass. Like, you throw the brick at one of your guys to catch it, and then he forgets to put his hands up and it hits him in the face, blood everywhere. It's pretty manly.
Some of the initiates have been chosen to be squires, and of course, Maximus doesn't get chosen, but the girl boy does.
The girl boy.
And so the next morning, as G.I. Jane puts on her boots, a trap placed inside her boot shreds her leg. And to no surprise, Maximus is blamed for this and taken away to be interrogated. Back at Vault 33, Lucy tries to get the council to send out a search party for her dad, but the fat black soy jack...
Why does he keep bringing up the race of the person? Why does he do that? The black soy jack. Why? What is the point? The way he says black is just so funny to me. Yeah, the black soy jack
is too chicken shit, as is the rest of them. And so Lucy teams up with Big Schnoz and Sweet Home Alabama to leave the vault themselves. Of course, her brother, being a massive pussy, won't go with her. Her cousin actually wants to, but she knows he's incredibly incompetent and also a coward, so she tranks him and leaves.
Okay, yeah, she knows he's useless. Is that not like a smart thing to do, is to leave the useless person behind? If you're gonna go trouncing in the wastelands of, like, monsters, raiders, rapists, pedophiles, wouldn't you want to leave the useless guy behind?
The vault by herself. Now, this is where the show jumps the shark. We find out that Vault 33 is located next to Venice Beach, in the heart of the Boneyard. Now, if you know anything about Fallout lore, you would know that the NCR dominated this territory, brought civilization...
Oh, he has no idea. He has no idea. I don't want to spoil any of it. Okay? I don't want to spoil any of it for you guys. Okay? I don't want to spoil it, but Synthetic Man is so goddamn wrong in this one moment, it's incredible.
back to it. There is no way in hell that Vault 33 was not contacted over the course of 100 years. And of course, to address
the Vault 33 thing might be a little accurate, but he doesn't know that California government is important later.
The elephant in the room, LA itself is a massive wasteland, like a featureless desert. What happened to the NCR? Well, at the time of me recording this, I was spoiled of future episodes. And
he knows. Okay, he knows.
Shady Sands got nuked 4 years before the events of Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, that's how you know the showrunners didn't do the research, and yet this show's canon. It's totally canon, guys, that the capital of the NCR got nuked before New Vegas. Yet it was never mentioned, and it's more than established that the NCR dominated California and brought civilization back. Fuck this show. Fuck Todd Howard. Fuck Amazon. Bethesda is so beyond dead to me, it's insane.
This dude is so angry. He's so angry. He's so angry. I think I just spoiled something for you. Wait, what's happening on Lolcow right now? Oh no.
We had DSP.
Oh no, come on. I thought that episode was supposed to have Frank Hassel on. They clickbaited. Gay!
Everyone who
Gay and cringe. Where's Frank Hassel?
likes Fallout
Boogie, okay, I have to go on a quick rant. Boogie alludes to allegations against Frank Hassel, and nobody presses him on it. He just says that there's allegations about Frank, but I can't talk about it. Tweets it on his Twitter, deletes it, and there's no confrontation. Frank isn't brought onto the show. Frank doesn't say anything. Boogie doesn't say shit. Fuck you, Boogie.
for
God, fuck you.
gets exactly what they fucking deserve with this show. What blows my mind is
What do they get? What do they deserve with this show, Synthetic Man? It is the most popular video game television show on the market. It literally is.
there's people who actually thought Starfield was going to be good. And even though the NCR capital was nuked, that doesn't explain how the Boneyard turned into a giant
Dude doesn't know you can nuke the NCR in the Rhodes DLC. You could also nuke the Legion and NCR. So his point doesn't even make sense with the lore. So the DLC is canon. So this is based upon the DLC ending if somebody nuked the NCR or nuked both the Legion and the NCR. So he's wrong.
desert wasteland. But it's as simple as the showrunners didn't care. This is not made for the fans. This is made for normies who have heard of Fallout. It's made for women who won't even watch the show.
It's made for women who won't even watch the show. That doesn't make any fucking sense what he just said. What woman that lives at home is gonna flip through Amazon and go, man, this Fallout show, it looks pretty interesting. First couple of minutes, there's murder, blood, gore everywhere. Ah, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. The trailer shows murder, blood, and guts. Like, what is he talking about? That somebody's just gonna stumble upon it randomly.
And most importantly, it's made as a humiliation
You nuke Shady Sands in the road. Okay.
ritual. They will destroy everything you love, and you will do nothing about it. At best, you'll vote with your wallet and hope things get better. Yeah, that's worked out so great for us in the last decade. But whatever, I'm not going to Fed post because I will legitimately get banned.
Dude.
Doesn't even make sense with the law.
I'm not gonna Fed post because I'm gonna get banned. This dude is so close to just saying all the most racist shit on his mind. He's so ready. I need him to have a cozy channel. I want to see what he actually thinks. I want to see him on a cozy channel screaming about the Jews in Breath of the Wild. I need to see it.
Next scene, we get back to Maximus, and he cries like a little baby bitch.
It's almost like he thinks he's going to die. You don't seem like the kind of guy that would handle interrogation well either. Have you seen a photo of yourself? I'm pretty sure that if you, mama's boy, were pulled into a police station and they were like, "Oh, what's this automatic rifle with this manifesto that black people are replacing white people? What is this manifesto, synthetic man?" You would cry. You would cry like a bitch. Don't play this game that this guy's a bitch while you are the bitch. Don't play that game.
As the scribe interrogates him, accusing him of something he didn't do, and he makes almost no effort to defend himself. Eventually, he works up the courage to speak and just says he would gladly give his life for the Brotherhood, and the scribe rewards him by promoting him to squire, taking the she-man's place. Then we...
The she-man. This dude is such a fucking asshole.
Get a scene where the she-man doesn't blame him because she knows he would never do it because, again, he's a little bitch boy who would never do anything wrong. What a great protagonist. And at his anointment ceremony, he gets a brand burned on the back of his neck by power armor, which is kind of cool, I guess. And now we get another massive retcon. Apparently, the Enclave is still around. Yup. Even though we see the last of their remnants in New Vegas, which are a bunch of fucking senile boomers, 15 years later, the Enclave is back with a vengeance. Maximus is tasked with finding...
Okay, so what if they brought the Enclave back? Who cares? Or maybe they're lying that there's the Enclave. Also, how do you know in all of America that is the last faction of the Enclave? They can literally just put that in if they want to. This shit is omega cringe. It is omega cringe.
One of their runaways who I guess is hanging with dog meat. And for the final scene of the episode, we wrap back around to Walton Goggins as we see a few mercenaries dig up his corpse. Oh god, here we go again. Pete Hines has been vindicated. For those of you who don't know, there is a unmarked quest in Fallout 4 where you find a ghoul child who's been locked in like a fridge or something. I can't even really remember. The child has been in there for 200 years with no food or water, and you reunite him with his parents who are also ghouls. It's quite possibly the dumbest quest in any RPG.
Please read this. Oh, I already read it, Cadmus. It's great. His community post is literally an LTG moment. That's literally what we're experiencing is a full-blown LTG moment.
RPG of all time, and rightfully fans pointed out how stupid it was, how it's been established in the original games that ghouls do eat and drink, and I believe even in Fallout 3 they have to eat and drink. But no, now ghouls are just immortal zombies. And Pete Hines, being a massive silly Billy on Twitter, pointed out how nerds are all losers for caring about continuity. You're right, why should I care about anything that happens in the story? I should just consume your product, you piece of shit. But now, over 8 years later...
He's so angry. Who hurt you? Dude, the show is just entertaining. Why can't we just think of things as, like, bad or entertaining? Why do you have to say, fuck you, Todd Howard? Like, don't get me wrong. There's moments where I just, like, genuinely despise EA. But, like, you don't see me, like, mauling about it, making videos about it. It's just like, dude, it sucks. I'm not going to play this. Like, what happened? What happened to you? Did your mother, like, beat you too much at homeschool? Like, what happened to you?
Bethesda still has a chip on their shoulder about that one and has confirmed in this show.
I read a few comments from the video, some people shitting on him, so he didn't get all of them.
That ghouls can be buried underground in a coffin for who knows how long and be perfectly fine. And for seemingly...
What was that text?
Ground in a coffin for who knows how long and be...
The show zooms in on an IV bag that if it's supposed to explain how he survived, what the fuck is this even implying? Does someone change out the IV? Yes! That's what an IV bag is for! Synthetic man? What? Can one of the nurses in my audience correct me here? If an IV bag is drained, don't you have to replace the IV bag? Where... Don't you need to replace an IV bag every couple of days? Not even. I assume it's even faster than that. So, and he even gets, it even says in there, he gets let out every couple of years out of the coffin. So, oh, this guy's an idiot. Hours, not days. That's great. This guy's a dipshit. I love him. I thought Drew is sharing met with fucking Speed. I was like, damn, Drew. Killing it out there.
Perfectly fine. And for seemingly no reason at all, Walton Goggins kills the 3 mercenaries. They weren't even...
No reason at all. Okay. The real reason is they insulted him by mentioning California and then completely reasonably threatened to put him back in the ground when he's acted hostile. It's incredibly forced. So he says in the clip, unprovoked, he murdered them all, proceeds to explain why he murdered them all, and then said it was a forced confrontation. I love Synthetic Man's channel. It is content gold. What?
Hostile. They were offering to share a bounty with him. And
you do realize that these guys are other bounty hunters, and a better bounty hunter would be like, these dudes, why would I have to split with them 4 ways? Have you not watched a cowboy movie? Have you not watched any sort of bounty hunter movies? Like, have you not watched anything like that ever in the history of ever? Like,
he kills them. This show is fucking stupid. Okay, that was episode 1. It sucked dick. It ruined everything. Fallout's dead again. Honestly, Fallout's been dead to me since Fallout 4 released, and to even more fans after 76. So while, yes, I did get kind of angry over certain things in this show, you know, sometimes I ham things up for the reviews.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you ham things up for the reviews. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I do not believe that. Yeah, sometimes I just act up a little bit in the reviews just for content. I don't believe you. That's a cope. That's a cope.
Don't care that much. I'm just tired of propaganda being shoved in my face.
I'm tired of propaganda. That's all he has.
Face more than anything.
Where was the propaganda? Other than the girl that was pregnant shooting people, where's the propaganda?
And yeah, I mean, this show's woke as fuck. It's diverse as hell. It's an obvious female empowerment story. That's really the most annoying thing of all. Lucy is an obvious Mary Sue. All of the men around her are incredibly pathetic and weak. The trans male...
So the outlaw is pathetic and weak. Okay. The guy that murders people. This is great.
Character was more of a man than Maximus, one of our main characters. You would think black people would make more of a stir about this, but as you saw with my Spider-Man 2 review, no, they totally love Miles Morales, who's...
Obviously not all black people. A lot of my viewers are black. Shocking, I know. How do you know that? I don't know the race of my viewers. There's no demographic scale on YouTube. Hold on. My analytics are not great. We've been kind of struggling a little bit, but it's all right. Thank you guys so much for supporting, like always. We're going to get this channel to 10K. So here is what a YouTube analytics page looks like. It's the exact same as Synthetic Man's. Where is the race chart? How does he know that?
It's fucking Urkel incarnate. So I guess we're going to continue to see these characters in the future until showrunners and game developers start getting called racist for this pathetic beta male stereotype. And yeah, I don't think I need to bring up again how heavily they've shit on the Fallout lore already in the first episode. I'm really not looking forward to watching the rest of this. I just know when they show the huge crater where Shady...
Where the fuck is the stat that I can see black people or Asian people? Dude, that ChrisTheNarc out of context Twitter account needs to keep clipping. That was a good clip.
Sands used to be. It's just gonna be a giant middle finger to all the fans. And I've heard Mr. House also shows up in this show. And to spoil a plot point from later in the show, they confirm that Vault-Tec fired the first nuke, which completely ruins the main theme of Fallout.
Oh my god. This guy is annoying me. Why is he aiming the warhead at a detonator? I don't know, man. This guy is such an idiot. It hurts. I genuinely am having like a mental breakdown listening to his retardation. It's like it's so frustrating. I love this. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it at all. I love this guy.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you for using Wikipedia for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the LOLcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there. And we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often. So make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.